Marcus Morris and Al Horford not on the injury report. Are they good to go?
Both good to go. Shane Larkin's out. Sounds pretty similar to what Al had. So we haven't seen him since he got off the plane. He's hurting, and then Jalen is a go as well.
He's sick or ankle?
Sick.
Starting five?
Same.
With
I guess not the same as last game. Who did we start last game?
Gershon instead.
Yeah, so Al.
Instead of
Al's going to start. Yeah.
Ron, how much different is the way you guys have been playing this year as you've tried to manage around all the injuries you've had and guys out of your rotation? Just the style of play you've had to adopt.
It's funny because our G League guys are back with us, our G League staff, and we went through some offensive stuff yesterday and this morning in small groups, and it totally it's night and day. So it's just one of those things that losing Gordon early, we started to have to tweak, and then obviously the last few losses, you tweak some more, and adding Greg Monroe, which is unique to anybody else that we had. So yeah, it's just constant. You constantly evolve as the course of the season goes on. I don't think that's too unique, but it's probably a little bit more drastic than usual.
And I mean, is there some element of satisfaction in that? Just trying to kind of figure it out, keep your head above water?
I mean, you just try to do. I mean, everybody that's coaching is just trying to do the best for their next game, and we've got guys that are really committed to playing with one another. We do enough that involves everybody that you can plug guys in, and they do what they do best, then they can do it well. And it's not too dissimilar, obviously, than the way you see Toronto play 1 through 15.
What value do you place, Betty, on getting the number one seed? Is there value to that for you think?
Value to winning the next game and preparing to win the next game, and then all those things figure themselves out at the end. I don't think about it. We don't talk about it. We just try to win the next game.
Having the prospect of having them work through, is it worth going for? If it comes down to
we're going to have hard games no matter what, and ultimately if you want to win the whole thing, doesn't matter when or where you play. You just play as well as you can, and we have to focus on only us in the next couple of weeks because we're still trying to figure out how to play together with this group, and I think that we're not going to get caught up in standings or any of that stuff.
So if you're locked into two, or whether you are or not locked into two, will you start considering resting guys no matter what the situation is?
Well, we're going to have to do that, I think, because of our available bodies. I don't see, but I still think we're going to, approach each game the exact same way at the end of the day. I think that, but we're inevitably going to have to do that over the next 7 games regardless.
Coach, they made a commitment to changing their approach around, and they've gone with younger guys off the bench, including Fred playing down the stretch. How do you assess where they are at?
Fabulous. They've done a great job. They've got their starters are great. Everybody knows that. They're well documented how talented they are, led by DeRozan and Lowry. But then I think, obviously I talked about it before our last game against Toronto, the bench is special. And, that doesn't even always include Powell or Nogueira. And those guys can come in and they just keep it going when they're in. And, it's as deep of a team and as good of a team as there is, obviously. And it's a credit to everybody involved. They've got young guys playing on that second unit, and they play like they've played together for 10 years.
Your NBA career and his didn't intersect too much, but Ray Allen making the Hall of Fame. What are some of your memories of him as a player and his time with the Celtics?
Well, yeah, he's the only one of the 3 that made it today that were Celtics that I don't think I've met. So I don't know him at all. Obviously, he had a heck of a career here. He's special with what he was able to accomplish, special throughout his entire career. An incredible player, incredible shooter, made big shots in every which way. But then happy, too, for him and Dino and Charlie Scott. I think that's, I was sitting behind Charlie Scott at JoJo White's funeral a couple months ago, and that was one of his best buddies. So I'm certainly, those are pretty cool stories when you see, a few more Celtics going into the Hall of Fame.
Brett, I think I know the answer. What are your thoughts on this race for Coach of the Year?
Could care less. There's 29 other great coaches, and just to be a head coach in this league is enough. It's super hard. There's no way that I would ever consider myself to be in that race. You know, I think Dwayne should, you know, be at the top of anybody's list, and that's the way it goes. You know, at the end of the day, you know, to me, it's more about getting a chance to coach our team. But what he's done is special. You know, what Nate McMillan's done is special. What multiple people around the league have done is special. You know, and Dwayne's been doing it for a long time, and this team is playing at a special level.
But with the success you guys have had, missing as many people as you have, what would you say is the key to that then?
Really good players that are bought in.
Brett, have you seen Curry since he's back at all?
Yep, saw him yesterday, spent a lot of time with him. Spirits were good, you know, bending, extending his knee on a training table. No on-court videos, no 360 dunks, just extending his knee on a training table.
Is there any like upper body stuff he's able to do?
Not yet. Thanks.